This video briefly describes Phase I environmental site assessments. GeoForward is a nationwide provider of environmental reports. For more information, please find us online. A Phase I environmental site assessment, or a Phase I ESA, is an essential part of the environmental due diligence process. ESA reports follow guidelines set forth by the American Society for Testing and Materials. A Phase I studies the historical and current use of a property. These reports document legal liabilities, the possibility of subsurface contamination, and also health risks for occupants. Phase I environmental site assessments must be performed by qualified and registered environmental professionals. And under the All Appropriate Inquiry Rule, a proper Phase I that meets the EPA's requirements can also help innocent landowners with liability protection. For each Phase I ESA, a certified environmental professional performs a physical inspection of the property. This process requires legal consent to enter by the owner. To start, the environmental professional traverses the entire lot to take notes and photographs. Each certified professional is trained to identify any issues, conditions, or evidence of a possible release. The reconnaissance also includes an audit of equipment maintenance records, compliance certifications, disposal records, and other related documents available at the site. Informative site maps are one of the many components of a Phase I environmental site assessment. During each site inspection, the environmental professional prepares a scaled representation of the property, along with any notable environmental conditions. Shortly thereafter, a CAD drafting technician superimposes the data onto aerial images and topographic map overlays. The physical property inspection of a Phase I ESA is actually just a small part of the assessment. In fact, the in-depth review of paperback and digital records from various federal, state, and local environmental agencies encompasses most of the Phase I ESA process, and historical compilations of city directories, aerial photographs, topographic maps, mining plans, and fire insurance plots are critically analyzed for evidence of past environmental concerns. The environmental professionals also interview current and past owners for additional information, and other information sources are often referenced to close data gaps and prevent omissions on a site-by-site basis. Per the ASTM standard, any potential release of hazardous materials into the earth is considered an environmental condition and typically warrants testing on site. The term Recognized Environmental Condition, or REC, is defined by the ASTM standard. This could even be the possibility of hazardous materials on site that pose a threat of a release into the environment. Other environmental conditions are Controlled Recognized Environmental Conditions, Historical Recognized Environmental Conditions, Environmental Issues, and De minimis conditions. In accordance with the ASTM procedure, these conditions are the reasons a Phase II environmental site assessment would be recommended. A Phase II ESA is a direct test for contamination based on the environmental conditions revealed by the Phase I. If environmental conditions don't exist, a Phase II is not likely to happen. The process includes radar surveys to find underground anomalies, as well as drilling and subsurface sampling. A Phase II is only proposed to check if contamination exists, and if pollution is found, the Phase II is not likely to have enough information to prepare a cleanup estimate. Phase I reports do become obsolete over time. As of the date of this video, there is a 180-day general shelf life with most agencies. Although some institutions may accept reports up to 1 year or older, regulations change over time. So, it's recommended that you check with your environmental consultant. Suspiciously low-cost reports are usually performed below the professional standard of care. An improper budget restricts the ability to perform an assessment within ASTM and AAI guidelines. Suspiciously low-cost reports are also known to have serious errors and data gaps that are unnoticed by clients up front. The ramifications of Phase I errors can end up costing a fortune in cleanup costs and legal fees down the line. So best practices suggest avoiding low-budget environmental reports and to check that a licensed professional geologist or engineer is in charge of your project. This video is brought to you by GeoForward. You can find us online for more information about environmental engineering reports and other related services.